Hi everyone, I'm Ross Williams and I'm here to show you how to set up your new air wing from GA and Gastra. So for those of you who have not seen one of these before, it comes in one of these nice bags, and if you had no experience doing any kind of winging or kiting, then I'm just going to quickly go through and show you exactly what you want to do when you're rigging up. So first of all, you want to find somewhere nice and grassy and soft so that you're not going to damage your wing. So here's a nice place to rig up. Okay, so inside your bag you'll get your wing, and it'll be folded up similar to this, and you just want to unfold it a little bit like this, and then you'll come across the inflation valve here. First thing to do is to first of all screw up the insert here. And you want to make sure that's pretty tight. You don't want to over tighten to thread, but you want to give it a nice tighten. And then take the cap off. If you haven't already checked, then you want to make sure that there's no tears or no holes in the bladder, so that way you don't come into any problems when you're on the water. And next thing is you're going to take your pump. I'm using like the Gastra GA XL pump. XL pump allows you to pump more air quicker, so you spend less time on ground waiting to get out on the water, so no wasting time. And before I do that, I'm going to attach, firstly, it's like a safety leash, just to make sure that your wing doesn't get blown away from you whilst you're inflating it. You don't want it to be chasing off down a windy beach. And then I'm just going to insert Okay, once the nozzle is nicely fastened to your insert, then you're just going to pump up. Shouldn't take very long. Now, a lot of people ask me how hard to pump up and inflate the bladders. I say on PSI, I'm roughly pumping up to about 7 to 8 PSI. I just want to make sure I get it as pumped as possible, because the more you can pump it and the less soft it feels, the nice and stiffer feeling you're going to get on the water. So here I'm going to go up to, and I just check. You can see, yeah, I would say it's, for someone that's done a bit of kiting before, it's very similar inflation amount to what you would do on a kite, if maybe not just a little bit more if you can. So once that's done, then I just make sure that the cap goes on the insertion valve, and then we also have a protective Velcro covering going on over the top of that. Here, just on the middle strut arm, we have a it's kind of like a it's for cutting off the air to the middle strut. So if there's for some reason an issue with the middle or the leading edge, then you'll still have enough air in one of them to act, so it'd be buoyant when out in the water if you need to pack up and do a wet pack and come back and paddle back in. So always make sure you cut off that. And then ready to go. When I'm leaving my wing on the beach, I kind of leave it face down like this, with the leading edge pointing into the wind, not the tail edge, so it can, so the wing can funnel over the surface of the wing and it not get picked up too easily. Now, it should also still be attached to your pump to add to a bit of anchorage. But then what you're going to do, in the front zip of your bag, you should find a leash. So here we have a leash. Now, there's many different parts of the wing you can attach this to. I found that I'm actually mostly just using the front handle, just because I know that's really sturdy. I've got a lot of faith in that, and no matter how much I might get bashed by a wave or the wind, I know that's probably one of the strongest places on the wing, that it's not going to tear or cause it any damage. And there, I just want to attach it, go through, and like that. Also as well, like this, if it's attached to this area of the kite, then it's able to get blown out and away from you quite nicely, and it's easy to pull it back in. Now the leash goes around your wrist. Now that depends which leash, which foot, if you're goofy or regular, which stance you're going to use when you're riding predominantly if you're flaring out and you want to ride waves and swell. So I'm always putting it, I'm goofy foot, so that means I have my right foot forward, left foot back, and so I'm always putting my leash around my right wrist, because no matter, when it comes to wave riding, it's always going to be, I'm always going to be having it in my front arm like this, no matter if I go in forehand or backhand. So leash out like this, and then you're ready to go on the water. Okay, so you just come in from your session on the water and you're back up and you want to derig. So pretty quickly, it's easy, take your leash off. You can then click off, so all the air can come out through both of the bladders, and then you can just untwist and release. That's how you deflate. You want to do this again somewhere where it's not going to have so much sand, because you don't want to get sand inside your bladders. It can ruin your product. So just take it up somewhere nice and clean when it comes to packing it down. Now after that, then it's pretty easy. You can just roll in from the outside leading edges and the leading edge here, rolling it in. That way you're squeezing out all the air in the bladder, so you're helping it to pack down as much as possible. When I get to just where the exit valve is there, I come from the other end. And do the same on this side, rolling it up nicely, because you don't want your bladder to get twisted when it's all packed up. So when you get to this point as well, you'll probably find that there's a bit of air still in the middle, in the central strut. So you can just use your knee. Again, this is why it's good to do this on grass or soft ground, because you don't want to put any holes in the body of your with your wing. So trying to get as much air out as possible, allow me to pack it down nice and neat. That's pretty good. Again, so just roll up again from this side, roll it over, using my knees, fold it over, and then I can just one fold, two fold. Now, because I haven't detached my leash, I can just wrap it around, twist it through, and that's pretty much nicely held together, so you can easily pack it away in your bag. Plenty of space in this bag. You can even put your pump in as well. So pretty quick and easy to assemble and disassemble your air wings. So get out on the water.